What is up? I'm true. Through the door that he said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. Don't see any way to lock it from the art room. The door can only be locked from inside the repository, making me wonder. Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome back to some more Danganronpa. Let's do this. Hina and Stalker confirmed that the door was locked after we started searching for the missing bodies. After the door was designed, whoops, my bad. Again, okay, I'm done. I don't know. It's 1:55 in the morning. And the door is designed so that it could only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So someone, repository door has been added to the truth board section of your handbook. There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Let's check somewhere else. There's some places I already know about. First, the nurse's office where Hifumi was found, and then the equipment room where Taka was found. What shit? The equipment room, and we're already on the 3rd floor. Which it looks like Toko's there, but I can't be certain that she actually is. It looked like it on the map, but looking at the map probably now, she's probably... no. Never mind. I take that back. Yeah, she is in the room. And yeah, again with the fucking new her, yay. I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super pissed I missed such an ultimately rare event. Oh, yeah. Oh. Of course I missed it. Of course she's pissed that she missed something like that. Why wouldn't she be? She's a goddamn fucking serial killer, dude. Yeah, about the doll in the repository. There was blood on its side. That blood had come from here? Which means the detective body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using a dolly. Both rooms. 3rd floor. Oh wait, it's on auto. Fuck. Both rooms on 3rd floor, so that should definitely have been possible. Current room blood stain has been added to the truth board section of the handbook. But even the dolly was used to move Taka's body. What about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with a dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. That's still a total mystery. Huh? This cart. I think I've seen it there before, just recently too. Monocoin. Yeah, you're in a Please tell me during the class trial she goes back to normal. I don't want to deal with that when trying to figure out who the murderer is. The nurse's office, it said, right? What are you investigating, Sauce? I am not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I am simply going around to see if hero might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main things on my mind is how someone could have moved to Fumi's body. Exactly, like how did someone move his body, dude? Like damn, bro. Bro, he's huge. No way, bro, he seems way too heavy for someone to just like pick him up and take him from the first floor to the third floor, dude.
Let's see.
How has Fumi moved? When it just appeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse office,
yes,
right?
Indeed.
Correct. He knows not feeling well, so I stay behind to look after her. He knew getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body is gone. Who could not have been more... We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move with his body in that short amount of time. Yeah, I don't know. Something I don't feel like is adding up with that. Because I don't think, because there's only one person that was there. Celeste. But at the same time, with Hifumi saying that Hero did it, I'm not so sure if it was Hero or Celeste. It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple minutes is difficult. It has anything less than impossible. Source of the account has been added to the truthful section of your handbook. It's just a normal trash can. Oh, wait, there's nothing inside. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. And it's got some kind of cartoon character on it. Oh, but it's also covered in blood.
Oh.
Huh, did you find something? Yeah, there's a cleaning cloth in the trash can. Huh? A cleaning cloth? It is all bloody. Whoever's wrong, he must have used it to wipe some blood. But who would need something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me either. But I think it might be important. Glasses cleaning cloth has been added to the truth section of your handbook. This is hammer 3. The one that was used to kill Hifumi. Someone moved the body but left the weapon behind. No, you know what I'm realizing? The killer has to be Hero now that I'm thinking about it, because if you think about it, everything that we've found that could be used as evidence hasn't made any goddamn fucking sense. And we all know for a fact that Hero is a goddamn moron, a certified dumbass, a fucking idiot. A refrigerator, I wonder if there's anything. Wait, what did I take? I wasn't anything to drink inside. Okay. Makoto, 2 people just died. And you're thinking, and the second you see a refrigerator, you're thinking about getting a drink. Or if there's any drinks inside it. What in the fuck? After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusions, I guess. It doesn't help me though, I'm not a vampire. Like fucking nothing. This is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have. I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting. But what the fuck did I do? I actually low-key don't fucking remember what I did. You should go to Hero's room. Alan, let me give you this. Meet in the time, you know. This is the note Hero wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well then, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. I'm scrolling excited. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation. Goodbye. Y'all see Hero's message has been at the truth board section of your handbook. So he said go to Hero's room, but what's waiting for me there? I don't know! Stop asking questions and let's get there, you fucking dumbass. Now I can see why people have said Makoto's not that likable of a character. I was warned on the internet that Makoto's not a very likable character. I can see why. Where the fuck is Hero's room? Coco's, J-Hero, Soleil, Aoi, Sakura, Leon. Yeah, Hero. The door is unlocked. I guess I could go inside. If you ask me to go look, it might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take the plunge. This is Hero's room. There's all kinds of weird stuff in it. Where do you even get it all from? More importantly, you still haven't turned up, but you can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? I think there's something in the cardboard box. It's blueprints for something, and some things made out of. It looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster. Is this Robo Justice? And it's in Hero's room. Wait, these blueprints. Something about them bothers me. Robo Justice blueprints have been added to the truth board section of your handbook. It's gotta be sitting under the bed. It's a normal bed, pretty much just like the one in my room. That's all you have to say about the goddamn bed. You're not hiding anything under the bed, dumbass. The surveillance camera. There's no point worrying about it right now. You need to forget about it. I'm trying to examine everything as close as I can. This is what the monitor's monochrome appears on. There's no point worrying about it right now. I need to just forget about it. Let me look at the bathroom. I found those we check the bathroom. There's nothing in here. It's pretty, you know, how does a bathroom get this dirty? Yeah. Makoto, big news, big news! What's on? Without Kyoko, what? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's a more big news. God damn, more?
Just a second.
Robo Justice showed up too. Robo Justice? It's here wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyway, so you can head to the pool on the 2nd floor. Chick here and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, I half-bagged to the pool. I ran off the 2nd floor as fast as I could. Kyoko and... Phew, man, I've had the worst day. Hero? Hero?
Oh, hey, Makoto.
Yeah, duh. Who else would I be? That's a good question, huh? Why do I look like this? What? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati? The fucking dude. Well, Justice finally made his appearance, huh? I guess Yoko's the person that found him. Apparently, that ridiculous object is Hero. I'd ask Yoko for the details if I were you. You should select them on. I am positive that this suspicious individual that attacked me. Oh, I don't give a fuck anymore. There's a big locker near the pool. I wasn't trying to examine the locker. Right. I found Hero, who jammed into the pool locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
Don't be mean!
I still can't believe you kissed me. Bitch, what are you, fucking 5? You, bro. It could have been a little more gentle about it, like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Yeah, I agree with Kyoko. That's a little creepy, Hero. Come on. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Wow.
There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind.
It's nothing.
Never mind. More importantly, he says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people think he might be spying for the mastermind? First of all, Hero, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
Oh, well, I mean, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, I don't even know how that happened. Then I woke up, and then I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you. Well, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help. Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
Got it all wrong.
I didn't make the stupid freaking thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It's pretty sturdy. I think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help them. We took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hero out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Woo! Free at last! Isn't it weird how perfectly the suit fits Hero?
So then...
What's the point? Nobody but Hero were able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a second.
Honestly.
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
Okay.
In other words, it's obvious that you made the costume. That's true, I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too. That's obvious. The one who put this costume on and went out around attacking him was Hero. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. We wouldn't want him killed anyone else. Tie me out. Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprints. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed him. What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake Hero running around. And you're the one who can wear this costume. Someone else could possibly be the costume. So who? Wait, oh my God, I'm sorry. So who else could possibly be the costume detective?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convince me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a bit, he knows to start putting on the Robo Justice costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
And Not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
You know how Fino took the suit back off again.
Ah.
Well, now you're all out of excuses. No, see, it's cause you're a girl. If it was another guy, then Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. So good, the arms are too long. There's no way I can wear
Just
them.
a second.
See, I told you it was impossible. You're actually right. This costume was made to fit Hiro's body, exactly. Then there's another costume. They must have one else the same, but fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
What the heck?
Evidence? You can see, yes, then you must find it and show it to us. Well, what the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? You're the one without an alibi during the whole thing.
That's
anyway,
terrible.
which is how we know it was him.
What?
I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, like, tell me? Rebel Justice costume has been added to the truth blood section of your handbook.
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto. Who was it? Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hifumi. What? 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it. I did not. Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed,
How about that?
that's it. I know who did it. You may as well tell you. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over alter
I'm at least
ego, right?
30% right.
Which means alter ego or Chihiro must have done it.
Correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please.
Huh, unfortunate.
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
so
I
good.
know. Then that note. No. Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else. For now, let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room. Then for some reason I fell asleep. The killer probably drugged me or something. Not a chance. No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that. Really? I told you someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? Yo, they preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure.
Please.
Please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. So before you want us to believe you must produce the evidence. Please show us the note. I have no particular truth you claim. If you want us to believe you, give us a reason. Well, what the heck? For serious? Yasuro's account has been added to the truth board section of your handbook. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do you need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, you know. No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why. Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me!
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right? Ah, you're right. I need to look for a second. You stood in that note. Feet don't fail me now. I guess I better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko or just a Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a kind of fun. Well, bye. And one by one, everyone peeled away. Makoto, do you have a second, huh? I want you to help me in the investigation.
It would seem...
Looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make some ground. Helping. But can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No! Damn! I just asked a question. You didn't have to be straight up and rude about it. Christ. All you had to say was kindly. Was no, maybe another time. You didn't just have to straight up just say no. To reject me so simply.
Anyway.
I will say Kyoko is one of my favorite characters. If not my absolute favorite character in this whole game. Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
Shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we?
Hey.
So Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpse. Examine the corpses? I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
Correct.
Dead bodies, don't lie, you know. They tell the truth as far as more easily than the living. You agree? How am I supposed to answer? Exactly. She's acting a professional fucking junior detective thinking everyone is just gonna automatically be on the same page as her, dude. Like, how do you want me to fucking answer that question? How am I supposed to answer a question like that? Like, damn, bro.
Anyway,
we have to hurry before the trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay, then. Show me where the bodies are. They're repository. Figure out that I guess so we should head that way for now. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go frigid. But only for a moment.
So then.
Well then, let's get started. He crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding at the bodies. The Monokuma file is right. There could even similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. You know, comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable.
I see.
Makoto, I thought we did. Remember the wristwatch Aqua was worn his wrist? Wore his left hand. Yeah. He did? Are you so oblivious to the people around you? You dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said you had a one.
So then.
Take a look. It's broken. You see the hands aren't moving, right? looks like it broke when he had his encounter with his astral. If you notice, the hands are frozen and just past 6 o'clock. I mean, the watch is broken because I'm just after 6. But the last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you! How long will you keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air. He stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all little boys and girls.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m., meaning it just happened after 6 this morning. Broken wristwatch has been at the truthful section of your handbook.
however,
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He seems to be gripping on this one. Your hand. Wait a minute.
Makoto,
Can you try to pry it out? Me?
because
More this has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. And bro, that is literally coming from the girl that is literally comfortable. That is coming from the fucking high school girl that is literally comfortable touching bodies. Like, the fuck? But bitch, if you're so comfortable touching bodies, why don't you do it? Ask the kid that's not so comfortable touching bodies. What a fucking joke. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Talk hand. The ice cold hand is nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
hey,
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. It was scrap of paper, doesn't seem like much of a clue,
is
does
that
it?
right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's
So then-
body. What's Hifumi's body now? Perhaps he left us a few clues of his own. You'll talk a scrap of paper that had the truthful section of your handbook. This is the problem I have right now. Now I was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse from the nurse's office where he was discovered to the repository, going from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing. I can't just see how that's possible. Further, it seemed that Hifumi died from a bullet to the head. He was mostly killed using Justice Hammer 3, which we found in the nurse's office, but we found the body in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? Well, who would do that and why? I didn't even know that. Really funny? I did more than expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper?
That's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden? He stuffed it in his pants, so I could only assume he'd hidden it on purpose. You see? In his pants! Oh wait, so you... Okay, I'm sorry. But... You seemed uncomfortable taking care of the scrap of paper that was in Taka's hands, but when it came to Hifumi, you were just comfortable, sir. Like, bro, what the fuck? You were in his pants. Wait,
Why is that?
it was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means. Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, it better be important. If we, I'll never forgive you for this. Unknown. found a hole, maybe we could use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone now. For now, let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
So...
very familiar. That's it, the same thing Hiro said. And then what he was telling us was the truth.
However...
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night I put a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole, maybe we need to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. The time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. And they wrote that Fumi asked to meet at 6 a.m.
Is that right?
Hold on, just because the Fumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. There's some meaning. The part of it being ripped. Could you maybe explain it a little more? See, my nose is like really fucking itchy right now. Think carefully. Why wouldn't he have been caught in that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
So
what if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? Something more important than how with something important like that becoming a scrap of paper. That's what you need to answer. And note Hifumi hadn't been out of the Zerthwa section of your handbook. And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time, their e-handbooks on them. The handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there were any reason to think they were connected to the killing in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. Oh, I said that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. The handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. I swear, I question a lot of the things Kyoko does. Like, when I'm not recording or streaming this game, I'm just like constant, but like, when I'm not recording or streaming this game, but like, and I'm just like, off camera, when I'm thinking about this game, all I'm thinking about is how, it's like, it's just like, why Kyoko does the things she does, and if she knows why she does the things she does, and I just have like, all these questions in my head of like just different questions of about like Kyoko and shit, because like I swear it is like it's at this point in the game now where it is just so easy to predict when Kyoko's not returning for a while, like. E-handbook of it at the truth what section of your handbook. Ding dong bing bong, class trial time, boys!
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of... See you soon!
I'm gonna go for my
It would seem...
I don't want to be... I guarantee you it's gonna fucking happen. Like, I'm just gonna get like, really cold and I'm gonna start messing up and it's not gonna be fun. It's unfortunate, but I suppose when the investigation comes to an end. You have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we better get going. Oh, okay. Everyone had heard the Monokuma proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. They were always there.
Monokuma appears!
Bro! There's two. Why is there two? Hey, it's a multiply. No, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. Well, fuck out of here with this illusion shit, dude. I'm moving so fast it looks like I'm multiplying. Okay, can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Tough crowd.
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you. Okay, fine. Then everyone's here and ready to go. Please board the pain train. Elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on. I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the costume or the note? Well, no, but how unfortunate. They think we have our culprit.
Hey,
Yeah, let's talk about it. Save your accusations when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
Well, let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Okay, we know for a fact now that it definitely wasn't Hiro. Because he got the same note. Oh, actually, I don't feel like we know for a fact. I think it's just... It's not a fact that... But there's a chance that's not him. Because Hifumi got the same note that Hiro claimed that he got. You know? But, I mean... I doubt it's him. I'm really doubting it. No. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. Can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed the killer is someone right here. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone is aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Toko is still a genocide Jill? Please tell me she's not. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open. Then up onto a cruel fate. I see how you guys gathered together like this. There's just how few of you there are left to your skull at this story reaching its climax.
just the worst.
And only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? Wait, what? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute. No, you're not cute. You're a fucking demon.
come on.
Stop goofing around and getting trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seat. Until the curtain open once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. Yes. Let me save. I need to start saving less. Finish preparations. I'm going right into it. Actually
Let's
fucking
begin
ready,
with
dude.
a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Oh God, help us, chat. Why? Go back to your normal self. You have no reason to be here. It was a one-time thing. We don't need you anymore. Go.
Who are you calling a murderer?
Exactly. Like, come on, Joe. You have no reason to be speaking. Like,
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know.
is Hiro really the killer, or for anything else, we have to make that clear. Make your argument. That's your message.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Or there's something.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did
No, just hold on a second.
The fuck is it? Okay.
Everything we found, the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
It's not true. It's
Hiro, why?
no. Just hold on a
I
second.
don't know. Like,
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are...
No, it's wrong.
got him, let's fucking go!
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
Yeah, you're kind of an idiot. You're
Makoto,
kind of a huge
are you saying
fucking
you don't think
dumbass.
Hiro's the culprit?
He's not the only one.
I think Hiro is innocent as well.
See, I knew I was starting to like Byakuya for a reason. I knew I had a perfectly good reason to like Byakuya.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Of course he passes it off to me.
Who was in the Robo-Justice?
I don't see the Illuminati. Why is it even an option? I swear. Hero. What was the Illuminati even an option?
Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
You just said you think he was innocent.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
See how we think you. Byakuya, stop changing your mind. Do you think he's a suspect or do you think he's innocent? Choose one. You can't just say he's innocent. You think he's innocent and then call him the prime suspect.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
So what he's what I feel like he's saying now is that like just because the Robo-Justice suit was there the killer could have set up the Robo-Justice suit as a way of tricking us into thinking that the Robo-Justice suit was actually connected somewhere, somehow.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
The things they used in Taka's body. Was it, the bootart?
I got it!
There's still one more thing. The things that were used in Taka's body, there must have been...
I got it!
Bro, let's go!
Dolly and a
Dude,
tarp,
no
right?
fucking way. I haven't messed up fucking once so far. Hell yeah!
So,
What's the
let's
attitude? What's with the attitude?
see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp. It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body. But when the body disappeared, so did the doll. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the doll.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Okay, fuck you. You know what? Now I'm hoping you did it. Cause now you're starting to piss me off.
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Okay, you stop putting the pressure on me, dude. Like, come the
There
fuck
is no
on.
shame in being wrong.
Stop
Nobody
pressuring me
expects
to
much
do
from
shit,
you.
dude. Fuck. No, I'm starting to dislike
You have all
Fiyaki again.
accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Well, I've never had anyone so nice while being so mean. Maybe I could change your mind. So just explain to them why the dolly moved from the equipment to the repository. Yeah, man. Of course. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. And now there are even a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. From now on, just locking and pressing the triangle button won't be enough to handle them. Now it costs you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. Oh, you can reload pressing the square button. Just like locking on, you have to press the square button in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the square button now has a function along with the X and triangle button. Automatically reload at the start of a fever time and your ammo will not decrease. Bro. Oh, but if your active quit to set the gentle, you won't have to reload at all. Well, I'm pretty sure I set it to gentle, but I don't remember. I don't think there's a way to check. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, go to luck and have fun.
You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst, you miserable wretch! You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst, you miserable wretch! You miserable wretch! You have it wrong!
I failed. You know what? Fuck this, dude. I was doing so fucking good. And I fucked it all up. No.
You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! You miserable wretch! You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you!
What is the
You
deal?
miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! You miserable wretch! You miserable wretch! You have it wrong!
I don't understand. How are you supposed to do that and reload at the same fucking time? Like, bro, I literally gotta like fucking do some weird shit with my fucking fingers, dude.
I refuse to give up yet.
I mean, dude.
You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! You miserable wretch! You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere!
I
Do your
forgot.
worst! You miserable wretch! You miserable wretch! You have it wrong!
Dude.
Is this really the end for all? I refuse to give up yet!
You know what, should I just do a little refresh and look up this shit? Because I'm more dude. Okay, I found a walkthrough, chat. I don't know if this is gonna help, but I found a walkthrough. I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying because I can't find anything on anywhere.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch.
I'm not able to do anything there. I mean, there's a video, but of someone doing this class trial, but I don't want to. I mean, I'll probably only not have think about it. Okay, the bullet time battles.
Is this really the end for all? Is there a way to... I refuse to give up yet!
What do you do? It's not. There's nothing on.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch.
Dude.
Is
how? Yeah, maybe just make my thing full screen.
I refuse to give up yet.
I'm thinking I don't know button it was near across.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
What do you do?
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch.
I'm watching a fucking video. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm gonna watch them closer. Just that closer do it. Even though it's on mobile. Oh my god. Alright, I think I understand a little. Now, if not, I'll give it a few more tries, and if not, I'll end and focus on it later.
I refuse to give up yet!
Or I'll try after this with a little bathroom break. Let me see if that helps. I don't know if it will, but...
You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst! Away with you! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst, you miserable wretch! You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst, you miserable wretch! You miserable wretch! You have it wrong!
How are you supposed to fucking reload and do all that shit at the same time? I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Like, is there a way to reload?
I refuse to give up yet.
Press F when I need, and like not miss anything. You know,
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You had it wrong.
I fucking hate this shit, dude. I'm doing everything it wants me to do, and it doesn't fucking work. I can't get it exactly where I want it. If I I'm stuck away. I don't understand though. Why is this so hard? I mean, how do you manage having to fucking reload and not getting any missions at all, like all at once? How do you do that?
I refuse to give up yet!
What if I took the time and I reloaded after I pressed triangle? No. What if I tried that? Could work.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
I fucking failed. Shit. No fucking shit. So fucking way I was having half a fucking heart. God damn it. No, never mind. I wasn't gonna fucking end stream. No, we doing this shit right here, right fucking now. I'm done playing around. Fuck this. Fuck you. I got her a half a heart. That's gonna fucking count.
I refuse to give up yet.
Right fucking now, we're doing it.
You have come. You are fool. So tempting. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You have come. I cannot agree. You are fool. So tempting. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. You are fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch.
No, why can't I do it?
You miserable wretch. You have come. I cannot agree. You are fool. So tempting. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst.
Why can't I do it again? This shit makes no fucking sense. I can't do it again. This shit makes no fucking sense.
I refuse to give up yet.
So do I tap it or hold it? Do I tap square or hold square? No, let me go over and oh, I have to press it. Fuck you. That's what I'm doing wrong. So I have to like repeatedly spam. After I'm trying to have to repeatedly spam.
You have come. You are fool. So tempting. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You have come. I cannot agree. You are fool. So tempting. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You have come. I cannot agree. This shit through their bit.
Let's fucking go! We're doing this right here, right fucking now.
If you're asking for proof that Danganronpa knew, I have it right here. When I found the Danganronpa
God, that took forever.
One of the wheels had blood stain. It was a pool of blood in the liquid with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
So what? To really hate me that
Well,
much?
anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at the body, how the body is moved, it will be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Make your argument. Robo Justice costume.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah. But even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, he's wrong.
Bro, we fucking doing this shit, man.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together.
I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. Telling you it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems pretty, like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
Okay, who in the right mind would be actually maybe smart enough in this?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the
to
dolly
be fair,
all that way?
that's a stupid idea if you're in that costume. You can't even see your fucking feet.
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
Now you, okay.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
Absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off just to move the body because...
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help. Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's stupid for you getting it off. It's pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
That picture doesn't mean shit now.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? The guy hit me. Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Sauce. I mean, come on, she's trying to like, make it.
But where do we go from here?
Did it way too much. No matter how many times. We show evidence proving that it's not Hiro.
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
Fuck you.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then. Let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi.
I'm trying to plug in there.
We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
I saw shadow moving around on top of the stage.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that...
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor. And I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
The last time, kind of rather green for someone on here. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so I headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
And then...
Yeah! What was that? That came from downstairs, and look, Hifumi, He's in the nurse's office. You said bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time. Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
Can't be happening. Are we hallucinating or all this is something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I feel like Celeste is helped us out more. I mean, she told us that she saw the costume man, Robo Justice. What else? I believe. And then she found the body, like, in the repository.
I think that about covers it.
As if she already knew where the bodies were to begin with.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradiction today what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi
I
was
know
killed
now.
with Justice Hammer.
He
Wow,
said
Taka's
the
dead.
number of the Justice Hammers, there was obviously something before that. I know that. I know now.
So,
regarding, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbers.
It's true that he while
No, I
Taka's
was
dead.
to rewind, but
So it's obvious Taka came after. So, regarding I wonder if, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in.
no what?
So, regarding I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammer.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's dead.
See?
Oh my god.
So it's obvious Taka came. So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It wasn't that either, bro. What is it then?
So, regarding I wonder
There's
if he
no other
died
thing.
before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with justice while Taka's death came from a...
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Bro, there's nothing else.
So, regarding Taka, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3.
While Taka's dead.
What?
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Is there a walkthrough? Because I'm confused. Remember justice. Justice Hammer.
So, I wonder if, or
But I
perhaps it was. We
did
already
that.
know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3.
Oh, I know.
While Taka's death came from a...
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
I forgot that was
Or
actually a
perhaps it was
thing.
after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
Oh my fucking god. No.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
Okay, I need a video again. I know I can really do this, but I need it. Oh my god. I now know. I'm no longer stupid. Or should I longer feel stupid?
Is this... I refuse to give up yet!
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
No.
Because of the numbering of the justice has...
No, it's wrong!
Got something.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order,
Yeah.
but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Hangman's Gambit. Let's go. What the? Okay. This is about to be a fun one. Alright. Okay. Oh, I know. Wristwatch.
Now I understand. I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer.
Talk to this to the voice. Wait, did I miss someone? I don't know. Hey you, Howard, Miss Raiden, how does your favorite voice? Just here to point to the other wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that bedtime for all the little boys and
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he...
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Yeah. Huh? What was that? Actually, for that there must have been Hifumi. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
You're such a dumbass.
Don't just go making stuff up!
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Okay, stop with your fucking accusations.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
we could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. And the killer was able to get in and move it from his body in that short amount of time. It seems so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be...
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Oh. Bro, to be fair, I don't know how that's possible. Wait. That's possible? If the dead body were to move it? Oh, I think I'm understanding now. So, while Hifumi could have got up. Move Taka's body into the repository, and Hifumi died. Obviously, Hifumi died in the repository. Possible.
The dead body moved on its own?
I like Kyoko's thinking there.
No! Not another...
This is why he stands as my favorite character.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
That guy is all kinds of knocked in my head right now, bro. The fuck?
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
Okay, stop. The idea that Hifumi is still alive, is it really possible? Make your argument, broken whistle.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oh, fuck.
Shoot!
Bro, I was not.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. If Hifumi was dead, and you know that,
Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement...
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually...
No. It is Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery of Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Okay. I need the... I might have to do the absorbing shits again. Yeah, I gotta absorb one.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I went up to the wrong one.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance he...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body that Hifumi's dead, and that is...
Are we really so sure about... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that.
Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been...
No!
Yeah! Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
I'm sorry.
That's true. Then why was the announcement made again later on?
I'm tired. And yeah, it's like 4
Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Talk about discovery, man. It played and they founded with some equipment. With some
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding dong, a body been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead, meaning he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing has been complex.
Have to keep the experience for a while. Have to
Well, here's one thing we do. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before he moved and his body after he moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Well, here's one for the first time we found Hifumi's body. His body disappeared.
The next time it was in, but when you compare his body other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi and the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead at the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. cartoon mascot. One bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This instant cloth is used to wipe Ian's glasses clean, and the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course. I doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this issue.
I see your point, and the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead if you attacked that easy guard or that.
The official is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belongs to Hifumi. What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if he does not want to wipe the blood out himself.
What could have benefited from a clean pair of glasses, other than the glasses only?
So let's assume that Hifumi is still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see.
Dude, my controller literally doesn't tell me when it's at low battery. He pretends to be...
Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it...
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside, which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note said.
I found a hole. Maybe it can use the kid. Kuma can't find out that I told anyone else. So now it's made me put me in.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Okay. I have a quick little question. Why? In the hell is Hifumi's pants an option?
I got it! That's
Why
right.
was
Taka.
Hifumi's pants a goddamn option?
The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
Oh,
I don't really
God.
understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok,
Put
they were
those
drawing out
two
Huffy! Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, there's like Jack and seriously serious, but still, can't let her get through. Oh man. Make an argument.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, it's wrong.
Take that.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. You've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, The sheet of paper this piece came from, I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while there's only one.
Died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Oh my god.
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same. With them, but Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office, and so if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The whole picture's showing the keys, so won't really figure that out. Somehow I have to find the key.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, Whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Shoot!
What was used? Was it just baby justice?
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody... Sounds like a Justice Hammer! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
No, that's wrong! The murder weapon wasn't specifically a hammer from the repository. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk a lot. I wouldn't really together. I was what we thought at first, but
based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
no.
Shoot!
Based on the rules that have even if more than one, only the one who actually carried, assuming the rule holds true.
That is how the rule was.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that even if more than one, only the one who actually carried, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
But that only really applied. In this case, however, there were two murders.
Yeah, I'm looking this up. Okay, so I know.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is how the rule was.
But that only really applies if there's one murder. In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate, and assuming the rule holds true.
No, that's wrong! Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing body. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
In the effort made to convince to murder was saying that was the main statistic. Joker must have noticed the fact from the very beginning, which is why he did not go, because this is a serious connected event. Joker is amazing when you think about it. She is almost human. Well, it doesn't matter how good she is.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now!
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, yet murdered them. With the base up to now, the case is folded when you consider it. There's really only one person who seems to fit. I don't know, I think it's Celeste. And actually, I'm going to go into detail why I think it's Celeste. That's I'm not going to go into detail. There's what I have is because she trusts, I don't know, she had something for Hifumi.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
This is that only the both had in common. The screaming. No. Fuck out of here, dude.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush, the adults are talking now.
Oh, fuck out of here with the adults are talking now shit, dude.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow, so they move it around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was walking the stairs, so he headed further down in the way and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Yeah! Huh? What was that? That's it. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split up into two groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems important. Very well. Makoto, you come with me to the nurse's office. I'll make the catch the suspicious individuals of Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours that was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I certainly was not expecting this. I didn't imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it! Everything, the whole thing was one big act!
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was—
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it.
You know, before the class trial and we actually started investigating and we were actually hunting down this Robo Justice, the way Celeste was acting, I will say, did seem a little bit off. But
You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it. Looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around fighting and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Bro.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
He actually said that cross comment doesn't make sense. Alright.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Oh my.
Shoot!
Wait, what did it say? Cause I ended up taking a peek at what I was. This is strange. As well as.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like, and that is all.
And that's all it takes to. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was, we must really be enjoying the sight of us stand. They must be positive. We are all going to die here.
Oh, wrong.
Shoot!
Hey, baby, I fucked it up.
I refuse to give up yet.
All I said was, we must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said, we must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be positive. We are all going to die. We are going to die. Just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it took. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. Just like those guys. And that is all I said.
And that's all it took. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like those guys died.
Oh, God.
Shoot! All I said was, we must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. Just like those. And that is all.
And that's all it takes to. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was, we must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like those guys.
No, it's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. so there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imagination.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered us.
No, there is no other explanation.
The explanation. If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, my foot is.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but that we've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
She said, shut your mouth and let me educate you. So let's think she can prove that there's no way Hifumi is dragging the suspect away? Possible.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Wait.
You dressed me up in that suit after I...
Just so I know I don't get this wrong.
Passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like...
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside the suit, there's no way they could... Then the fortune-telling idiot is the...
No way! You dressed me up in that suit after... Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had... You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, as you can see in the picture,
The suspect is standing if the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight.
No, that's wrong! No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that, because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hifumi, who was it who attacked the king? He killed me? That's right. I remember their name.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Yo, bro.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us.
What in the fuck?
How did he refer to each of us?
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal, but he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it. Yeah, let's see. This time I try to do it out like that guy.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that
I
last
think
name...
I did it at the end.
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is... Celestia Bludenberg! God damn it!
Oh man.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me...
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, see, I knew it, bro.
That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to our healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, it's not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please. Just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
You headed to kill their accomplice. Was it production? I don't fucking know. Oh, you know what? And then... Thing is, what time of the car? Oh, no. I'll go back to that one when I need to. Nurse's office. Alright, Justice Hammer 3. Oh wait, this is Justice Hammer 2. Just checking. And then
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking them, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2. And with these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene. in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office, and once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. Celeste, sorry, you lose.
Complete fucking dog
Lost?
roll.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Even with how crazy this trial's been, I like the second class trial so far the
Listen
best
to you,
out of all the
trying
class
to take
trials
charge,
that I've done
as
in this
if
game.
you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take a B as a for a result. I think the part that I really got stuck on was the bullet time battle. That was my biggest struggle on this one.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I'm actually excited to see her execution. I'm actually excited to see her execution. Alright, no, I don't know. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The Blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess this. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi ineptitude is beyond all my calculations. So you really did approach Hifumi with this one. How did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have halfway agreed to commit murder. I'm sure he relied on his specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I don't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did he, you know... Hey, he figured out Kyoko. This is a today to react to my conflict. I used her. I only still up. I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but the one who thing Hifumi Taka was super into. Does she mean talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What are you talking about?
Just a second.
So fucking nosy this bear is. Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation. I'm sorry I don't look like usual. How sad.
In other words...
Indeed.
Hey.
I see.
Right again. Last night we had a meeting about how to disappear. I played a senior little vision. What are you doing
Actually,
here? I was hoping that I could talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know. What?
are you okay with this?
Taka, he stole. What?
So then,
And I have proof of this, isn't it? No, I found a use for the digital camera. Taking you know what, to Taka's room earlier. Took a picture of it there. I deleted the picture since I'd shown it to Hifumi.
Damnation!
Yeah, so what? But how did he do it? He was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to meet this.
Say what?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me. He did.
as for me,
He kidnapped her last night unannounced, and then it was hard for me to even say. He abused me. What? And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime, an absolute crime. He got a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable it was. I'm about to say something I never thought to. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you will playing right into his head. Huh?
Actually,
Taking his Taka is planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean Taka is going to try to kill you. Why?
indeed.
So he can keep her to himself. That bastard! Bastard!
Honestly,
Can we allow him continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She.
I swear!
I have to save her.
actually,
Then you have to join me. It just so happens I've come up with a plan, huh? I devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. I fully agree without second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love. Even a love as twisted as that could still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him was something to hide the face in general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place. So why you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid? Okay, she just... Bro, you didn't have to, like... straight up tell him.
Let's see.
In that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, I feel like I could cry.
Well,
when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him leave?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part, pretended to be dead once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he barely held on. If he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have had an alibi so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward and stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end...
So he had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan. The one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself. How can human life mean so little to you? That's a non-issue. I can put everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
No, he didn't realize pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, you're nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? You're talking about a $10 million Uncle offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment I knew I began here, my only thought had been escape. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept the living here. Obviously that was a lie. Yeah!
Hey!
I couldn't take it, I hated it from day one. More than anyone else did. I wanted to get out every day with fresh torture. And do you want to know why,
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. Accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dreams forever. And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And all for that dream. And what this dream of yours
Isn't it wonderful?
to live in a European castle. Bro, this bitch wanted to live in a fucking European castle. Castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. I was gonna make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. To obtain that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living after my life, where I would dream, my own goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winning, my including $10 million and I'm doing that dream a reality. Alright, to the edge.
There is nothing to be done.
Unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you weren't really able to kill your own friends for it.
Oh.
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I take nothing to sacrifice others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's what there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is, rivaled, and I take pride in that. That's another piece. Well, I can't even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice...
Isn't it wonderful?
I think, yeah, I'd like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey!
You just get executed again. So smile, none. And she did. It looked like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could feel her own feeling. Sim itself must have been her final lie. And that weak fake smile is what betrayed her.
Chills!
You all
chills!
done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The black and disturb the peace and must pay the
Now
price.
then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Now that I'm a very special punishment for her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Come on, is he gonna run her over? Oh my god. This better than just got on fire truck and ran someone over, bro. Oh my god. over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him just to come along and isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of the regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die. You guys are still young, you need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, in here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about a hope? I'll throw it in the trash. You just let me out of here. You're the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's a destiny to knock you down one by one. And yes, and sad, yes it is, but the reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk to me like you're not responsible. Okay, keep going through this. What do you want from us? God, I'm sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key object?
Hey!
So what's the deal with that?
What?
Oh, what's the matter? That's your question if you answer mine. What did you do? What did you do to me? What? Answer me, what did you do to my body? Wow, man, oh jeez. Oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. That's just now. Last one, this is Yoko's body. Okay, things are getting kinda awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
See ya later! I added the later part because I feel like it. Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what was that key that...
So...
Quickly, the key to the dressing room lockers. What? Then that means Celeste probably hidden in there. I suppose sometimes it's the easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. Left the courtroom and rush to the dressing room. As they approach the dressing room, Kyoko back at us and said, I'm going to go on alone from here. I don't know if it's a dining hall. I'll check in with you later. Why exactly are you going alone?
So...
You'd have to ask. As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? Still, the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go to you. Please, let me go. Sitting here arguing is just going to draw more attention to this. Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well then.
Finish up, you know.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then...
We need to go into that locker. Kyoko took the keys so I had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw... Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It's like she's speaking in the bottom of her heart. I did just I did this so fast. I didn't say a word. I said quite intensely. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the set of files soon. Maybe early tomorrow. You know my best, so please just wait a while longer. So now we can finally say the case is closed. As far as this instance is concerned, sure, but can we take a second since we have this opportunity? I want you to be honest with me. Yoko, please tell me what you do. What are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried. Like, what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that, it's natural that they think I'm a mastermind spy, right? And you too? No. I believe in you.
What?
Do you believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more.
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, what I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after Kyoko, I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes. I waited for nighttime to come, and when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor. In the storage closet there, way in the back. It is way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet. Could Kyoko really be sure about this? I'm gonna wrap up actually the stream here. We'll continue this in the next video or stream whenever I decide to actually go ahead and play more Danganronpa, trigger Happy Havoc. But I'm tired and I will see you on the next one.